hospital. I was in excruciating pain, and they called the shot, said let's go. So thankful for them. But yeah, didn't know what compartment syndrome was. Had no clue about anything like this before the situation. Really, even before, until after I woke up from surgery, and heard the doctor say it's a good thing we got in because you could have lost your leg. Ever since then, I've heard countless stories of people having to get stuff amputated, get muscle taken out, have drop foot, permanent damage. So wild, crazy, thankful, and blessed to be where I'm at.
To see the scar, it's like almost seems like a foot long.
Yeah, it was. It's a big scar. The procedure was to cut it fully open, let the blood leak, right, get out of there as quickly as possible. I don't know if you guys don't go on the internet and search what that looks like. It was extremely graphic. It's extremely graphic. It was like that for 4 days, and it's 4 days later they sewed it up, and it's been 3 weeks, and it's already scarring over and walking good and feeling good. So it's been a process, but it's been good.
When did it go from being, I don't want to say standard bruise, but feeling like a standard bruise to where you were excruciating?
Yeah, it happened right fifth play of the game. When Cam, I was making a tackle on Kamara, and Cam came in with his knee. Unfortunately, I made thousands of tackles, and that's never happened, right? And so, one moment like that happens. Came out the next drive, and because immediately I knew I was in pain. I knew I felt it, but I've had bruises. I've had thigh bruises. Things have happened. You go on the sideline, you test it out, you see if you can go. Felt like I could go. Still had strength at that point. Went into half feeling good, playing well. Came out that third quarter, and that last drive, there's a play on Kamara in the backfield where I almost rolled my ankle trying to make a cut because I had no more strength in my ankle. Finished out that drive and I was at the point where I couldn't lift my foot. I had no more dorsiflexion. Strength was gone. I started to get some numbing in my toes. Went back into the locker room, sat down on the table, and it seriously felt like instantly adrenaline went away and pain just skyrocketed through the roof. Couldn't get comfortable. Honestly, don't even really remember the training room too much because of how much pain I was in. People were saying that, coming up to me and wishing me, good luck and everything. I couldn't tell you whose face I saw in that moment. But I remember getting into the ambulance and going to the hospital and waking up and starting this journey.
And have they, you mentioned all the things that could possibly happen from it. Have you been cleared of all those things? Do you know for sure that you're...
Functionally everything is done right? We were able to get it done quick enough that there was no permanent damage. Strength is good. With this injury, if everything is normal, they've got you up walking and doing things pretty quickly. I was up walking a couple days after, per the doctor. And so, blessed, very blessed.
What's the goal and what's the timeline?
Yeah, every day is different, right? You come in, you're trying to make the milestones. And so far so good. Trying to make it as quick of a timeline as possible, but we're taking it one day, one step at a time. And just really trying to push to come back.
Is it months, weeks? Is that?
No, we're pretty optimistic about being able to come back. Yeah, this year for sure.
During the time in the training room, was that after the game, or was the game still going when you were?
Still going on. Yeah, it was third quarter. As soon as it happened. As soon as I came off and told them I have nothing left, right, they took me back into the training room and sat me down.
You said the details are kind of gray at that point, but do you know how quickly you were into surgery?
Yeah, it was. So as soon as the game ended, I remember hearing the team come in. Everybody broke down, or they broke it down, and probably 4 minutes later I was in an ambulance. And then within that, I was in surgery. We were at the hospital, Southdale, within 15, 20 minutes, quick, and in surgery probably within 15 minutes. It was detailed. They were like, we've got to get this done. Yeah. So.
Jordan, as far as making it back to the field, is it more about protecting the injury, nothing knew what happened to it, or is it just about you getting back in shape and strength?
Yeah, obviously, we're pushing it right now. We're trying to see how much it can handle. You know, you don't want to push it too far and then, you know, have it swell up or do anything like that. So each day there's a process to it, and obviously conditioning, strength. Right, I'm sitting on the couch for 2.5 weeks of doing nothing, just trying to let it heal and, you know, decrease the risk of infection as much as possible. Right, and then you just continue to make strides towards those checkpoints, right? We've got them laid out. We're trying to make strides towards those, and once, you know, we're all comfortable with where I'm at, it's go time.
And I know players go into this game eyes wide open about what could happen, but to what extent had you ever anticipated like a hospital run or emergency surgery as a potential thing that can happen to you from playing football?
Yeah, I mean, I've been in the ambulance one other time,
Okay.
in LA, but never to the point where, you know, hey, I need pain meds right now because I'm in excruciating pain, or, you know, a doctor saying we're gonna cut you open, just letting you know if it's bad in there, you're gonna have a cut about 1 foot long and it's gonna be open for a few days, right? Never anything like that. So I don't even think in the moment I really understood what was going on, right? They knew, they had an idea, they had a plan, but in my mind it was, you know, just keep pushing forward, you know, and get through this next moment. So when I woke up was when it all kind of settled in. So, yeah.
So you've done your Achilles, right? But like from an excruciating pain standpoint, this is just
Achilles?
another level?
Yeah, I don't know Achilles is hot in this locker room right now, obviously, with Kerr. But I don't know if he said anything, but for me, I've done both of my Achilles before. Neither one of them really hurt.
That's what he said.
Right? Doesn't hurt.
Yeah, he said that.
Doesn't hurt. This because that compartment is so tight and all that swelling, it is the deepest, darkest ache you can probably imagine. I was in a full drenched sweat. I'm twisting and turning, trying to get comfortable. Couldn't get comfortable. Ended up in the fetal position. I lay in there just trying to focus on breathing because it was so bad. Like, it was excruciating pain. And you think it's just a bruise, right? That's what I was thinking. It's a bruise in my shin. It's not. It was full blown compartment.